Hello everyone. For this week, I'd like to speak about someone who I think is an unsung hero. His name is Yukio Shige, and Yukio Shige is an ex-Japanese police officer who works in the northern part of Japan, near a cliffside known as Tojimbo. And Tojimbo is a cliffside not known for its beauty, but it's known for the high amount of suicides that occur there yearly. And what Mr. Shige does with his volunteers is that he patrols the cliffside, and he talks to the people, and he helps them with their issues, and he allows them to calm down and get off of the cliff side. Mr. Shige has been noted in the news before in the New York Times, in the Daily Mail, and in Japan Today, but he has not been nationally recognized, and he is not a common name, and I hope this video allows him to get some more recognition because he definitely deserves it. Mr. Shige does have a job that is rather morose and rather off-putting, but hopefully this video will allow people to see him for the good he does and walk away feeling better knowing that there is someone out there helping people. So to get into a little bit of what Mr. Shige does and why I think he is a hero, Mr. Shige got into his volunteer work because of something that happened to him personally. There were two incidents. One was that one of his friends committed suicide one day without him being aware of it. According to Mr. Shige, who you will see later in this video, his friend rented a car, I believe in Tokyo, and drove into the sea. And Mr. Shige only found out because the police told him about it over the phone. And when Mr. Shige was a police officer, he once met an elderly couple that were on the cliffs, and he managed to talk them down and have them get help. And they went to the government, and the government couldn't help them, and they called him a number of days later, saying they were at their wits' end, and they hung themselves. And Mr. Shige decided, I'm not going to let this continue happening because I think people have issues that they need help with, and that the people I'm with don't have the proper training to do that, so I'm going to take a stand and help these people the best way I know how, and allow them to come to terms with what they're dealing with. Now, the amazing thing about Mr. Shige is that he does this knowing that any of the work he does talking to people is not set in stone. He can talk to someone for 5 hours, he may not know what happens, but he works to allow people to get their lives back on track and to help them see that there's something beyond their self-doubt and worry. And another amazing thing about Mr. Shige is he does this without any sort of recompense from the people he's helping. For example, there was one story in the New York Times where a man Mr. Shige helped who he didn't have any money, he didn't know what to do, he was broke, and Mr. Shige offered that man a place at one of the apartments he owns for a month rent-free. And there are countless other anecdotes about Mr. Shige that tell similar stories about that. And the interesting thing is that people would expect Mr. Shige to be lauded by the people around him, by the people in his community, saying that he is a hero, that he is doing a good thing for the people of his town. But that is not true, and Mr. Shige has actually been derided by the people that live near him for several reasons. For one example, there is a touring group that goes around there that talks about the story behind the cliffs, and that it is a popular landmark for suicide. That's one of the reasons why people go there in the first place, and the people running the tour group are upset with Mr. Shige, saying that he is running their business into the ground, and he's ruining the reason why people come there in the first place. Mr. Shige has responded to things like this, saying that there needs to be a change in the system, that people need to see what's going on, that this is going on for too long, that certain things need to change about the country, about Japan itself, because it's not a tenable situation that's going on right now. Mr. Shige is someone that is fighting against his cultural norms right now, and that is something that I believe is another aspect of him that should be lauded and should be recognized. He once said in an article that there is a Japanese proverb that's very common that says, the nail that is sticking up the highest is the one that should be hammered down, which is something called top hoppy syndrome. When he spoke about Japanese police people in Japan today, he noted how the police officers wouldn't make emotional appeals to the person, saying that the police officer cares about them or that the family cares about them. They would say, oh, what would your parents think if you did this? It's more of a disapproving thing, and Mr. Shige is working to change that, and to change the fact that Japan is one of the top 10 countries in suicide rates right now. He's working to create a better future for the country and a better future for the people he's helping, and he's doing it without any sort of recompense, and he's doing it while being attacked by people for something he's doing out of the goodness of his own heart. Just to wrap up this speech, I believe Mr. Shige deserves more recognition for the work he does. I believe he deserves more support for the work he does, especially because he's working against something that is deeply ingrained into the culture. And I believe that Mr. Shige is a genuinely wonderful person who is doing an amazing job, and hopefully he can continue to save hundreds more people with each passing year.